Hey folks, and welcome to thephotoformula.com. I want to thank you for joining us. I've got another quick little tutorial which I think you guys will enjoy. Before I do that, I just want to thank you guys so much for following us on Twitter and interacting with us. It's been absolutely fantastic. Combined now we have more followers than Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, Piers Morgan, and Ashton Kutcher combined. So thank you for that. Be sure to check out the website, and we've got more stuff for you. The 7 Deadly Photo Mistakes is a great little report we put together. And then we came out with our skin retouch action, which took me years for me to figure out, but it got a really great response. So I hope you download that and download the action that comes along with it. What I want to show you now is something that Scott Kelby inadvertently taught me, and he inadvertently taught me it by me reading his blog, and it's something that boggled my mind for ages, and that was how to apply that cool color tint to fashion photos. How is it that they get their blue tints? How is it they get their green tints? I was worrying about masking with color in Photoshop, and it's so easy. I'm going to show it to you right now, and it's something that is hardly ever used. You can do this in Photoshop, pretty much every version that's ever come out. You can do it in Lightroom, and that's what I'm going to do for you right now. And the secret to all the success is right here, a little dialogue called split toning. Split toning is the most fun I've had imagery touching in a long, long time. You ready for this? This photo is a nice little photo. It's not completely blown out on the whites, and there's some gray in the background. I haven't even color corrected it yet. We could probably do that if you want to grab the eyedropper tool. It doesn't really matter if your colors are perfect to begin with, but let's just grab a neutral target there. That looks pretty good, maybe a little warm. That looks pretty good for me. So there's our starting neutral place, and here's where the magic happens, folks. And I'm going to do 2 little clicks, and they're the built-in presets, and this is how easy it is. Split toning. For this one I'm going to choose the yellow, the second one in. I'm working on Lightroom 2. And then I'm going to go to this one here. I'm going to zoom out for you. And I'm going to show you that. It just looks so kick-ass. Here's the before, which is okay. It's a nice shot, but the colors are pretty standard. They're pretty neutral. And this is the after. I mean, and that's just with 2 clicks from the standard things. It completely rocks. I found that for the trick to this, keep your shadows in the bluish tint. That's kind of what I was after. I wanted that bluey tint. If you do the highlights in the blue tint, it looks a little wonky. The trick is to not go overboard with it. I could totally go like this, and in the shadows bring up the red, and it would just look ridiculous. The trick is to keep it down. You can always use this little scrubby slider down here at the bottom to change, to maximize how much of the effect and how much of the colors and the saturation are coming into it. But that was just 2 easy clicks. I'm going to try that again. Highlights, I just clicked that auburn one. Or not auburn, that's a little yellowish tint. For this one, I'm going to click the blue one that's probably primarily used to increase skies. Absolutely beautiful. And here's where the fun part comes in, is just experimenting. Just dragging it over to the green, dragging it over to the blue. You know, there is a professionally retouched image. I would absolutely do this as my very last step, the color toning, after my skin retouching, after all my good stuff like that. But look at that. I mean, I'm so sick of people saying, oh, you know, you need a style. What's your style? Well, what the hell is your style when all you have to do is just copy other people and make a perfectly exposed image? Here's a great way to create your own style. What if every image you had a purple highlight tint on top of it? That's probably too much, but let's bring it down. I mean, what if that was your style? What if that was something that you did? You'll see a lot of photos in a fashion layout or in a storyline all have the same kind of color grading and the split toning applied to it. This is exactly what you need to do, folks. I also put together a bonus for you, and they are my favorite split toning that apply to every single image. It does not matter what it is. Here's another image that I'll pull up. Oh, that one's with the split toning already applied. Here's the before. It's a really nice image. I love the shallow depth of field on the bottom here. Look at how her eyes are just the only things in focus. Obviously that looks like it was either done with a tilt shift lens, but it was probably done in post. But just with a little bit of split toning, it just literally takes the photo to the next dimension. It's just an obsessive thing that you can play around with all day, and it doesn't matter because there's no such thing. Look at that. I'm amazed by that. 2 little clicks. All in the split toning, folks. Bring down your saturation of the colors if you want. Once it's done, You can bring down the balance. You can have more heavy in the shadows or have more heavy in the highlights. Either way, it really adds that professional toning to your images. So be sure to check it out. Add us on Twitter, subscribe to our newsletter, add us on Facebook, and we hope that you enjoyed the lesson, and we'll come back to you another time with some more. Thanks so much.